Hey guys, and welcome to another C++ programming tutorial. And in this tutorial, we're continuing on with inheritance. And today, we're going to get to the really big stuff. And today, we are going to be covering virtual functions. So we have this brand new project here, and I have two classes, A and B, and this main function that I just wrote up. And well, let's look at these classes. So for class A, we have three protected members. We have two variables, x and y, both are integers, and we have one function called calc value that returns x times y. And you'll see what this calc value function does when we go into these public members. And here we have two constructors, one that takes two integers, which sets x and y, and one that just sets them both to 0, and this is the default one with no arguments. And we have a void function called print value, which simply prints out the value provided by calc value. Now we have this B class, which publicly inherits from A, and all we add here is a protected function called calc value. And basically this is the calc value function from the other class, just modified a bit. So what we want this to do is when we call print value on a B object, we want it to return x plus y instead of x times y. So we just change this calc value function. And here we have two constructors and all that stuff. Now in this main function, we create an object of type A and one of type B, call them object A and object B respectively, both initialized with the same two parameters, 2 and 3, and then we call print value on both of them. So let's just run this program and check it out. Now you see here this the values that they provide are not correct, because for object B we actually want it to add the two values together instead of multiplying them. So now we are going to look at why that happens. So this happens because this function here in A, known as calc value, uses something known as static binding, static resolution, or early binding. And this is because for print value, the function that is called by calc value is set or determined at the compile time. So any object that calc value is called on, that print value is called on, we'll call this calc value function from the base class only, because print value, this function call here is determined at the compile time. So it doesn't matter what kind of object print value is called on. Now what we want is something known as dynamic linkage or late binding. And basically what this does is it actually determines which version of the function is called based on what kind of object it's called on. And we do this via something known as a virtual function. So what you actually have to do, all you have to do is add the word virtual to this function right here. And basically what this does is it tells the compiler that we want dynamic linkage on this particular function, and we want the version of this function that is called to be determined by the type of object that it is called on. So we're just going to run this program now. I've changed nothing in main. It's all exactly the same. It's just that one word right there. Just wait for this program to come up. And now you see we get the correct value, because the actual version of calc value that is called is based on what kind of object the function is called on. So that's virtual functions. Basically, it allows allows your program to choose what version of a function is called based at runtime, based on what kind of object it is called on. Now, once you add this virtual to your actual base class, you don't actually need to add the virtual word to all of its inherited classes. But it's much better if you do, because it tells it's much easier for people reading your code to understand it, because they don't have to dig back through all your classes to be able to find that it is a virtual function. Just wait, my phone just went off. Sorry about that interruption there. My phone went off, and it was actually a wrong number. So now, that basically covers what I was going to go over in this tutorial. Trust me, we're not done with virtual functions. The next tutorial will also be about virtual functions, but we're going to actually look at pointers to base classes and how that applies. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe, rate. If you have any comments, feedback, or suggestions, please leave them below in the comment section, and thank you all for watching.